And dear guests. My name is Lalita. And I'll be the Sergeant at Arms in today's meeting. I'd like to welcome all of you to 329 meeting of Speakers and Toastmasters Club. To officially start the meeting, I want to remind everyone that this meeting is recorded and some parts of the material may also be used in promotional material later. In order to have a smooth meeting, here are some of the ground rules that we'll follow during the course of this meeting. First, please put yourself on mute when you're not speaking. Second, don't interrupt while someone is speaking. If you're to move during the meeting, please turn off your camera. Third, please be mindful from addressing sex, religion, and politics during the meeting. Fourth, be attentive throughout the meeting. Support and encourage the fellow speakers by turning on your camera and warm smiles and claps. Use Zoom reaction button to express yourself during the meeting. As you're aware, everyone has a mission in life. Similarly, our Toastmaster has a mission. Our Toastmaster mission is to provide mutually supportive environment so that each member of our club can develop their leadership and communication skills, which will help to boost the self-confidence and personal growth. Now, let me welcome the presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Tanmay. Tanmay is a senior analyst with Flipkart in weekdays and an explorer on weekdays, either exploring the city or the new recommendations on OT. He has been a Toastmaster since 2019 and has served in PR for club area and division. Over to you, Toastmaster Tanmay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita. May I have a huge round of applause for our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Lalita, who never disappoints the club and always steps up to the role. Lalita, you are really a sunshine on this Sunday morning, and I can say that it's a gloomy morning since it's cloudy in Bangalore. I guess it's cloudy in Lake City as well because Pragya is definitely smiling at that statement. Now, we are on with our meeting number 329. Do you know what that means? Anyone? This is the moment you can unmute yourself despite what I said. I do not listen to her. All right, let me give the answer. This means only one thing, that we have successfully completed 328 meetings. And we are going stronger towards 329, 330, and soon it would be a very pleasantly looking mathematically aesthetic number, 333 as well. So with this, let me start our meeting number 329 with a bang of this gavel. And meeting number 329 is in session. Before we begin with our meeting, let me ask you a couple of questions. All right. And this is a fastest first. So you all can mute yourself if you want to. And whoever answers the first gets 5 points. Sankhya, you take a note of 5 points. And every 5 points equals to 1 star. So whoever gets 5 star will get a 5 star. So question number 1. Who is the founding member of Toastmasters International? Anyone can unmute yourself? Lalita, you are on mute.
Ralph Smedley.
Ralph Smedley and 5 points to Lalita. Next question. When was Speakers Then Toastmasters founded? Month and year.
1924.
Yes, Anjali?
1924.
Right answer to the wrong question. Lalita, you are saying?
September 2012.
And that's the right answer. 5 more points to Lalita. Now, next question is, who is the elected Sergeant at Arms for the next term?
Venkatesh.
And 5 points to both Anjani and Lalita. Now, next question. Where is the place where first Toastmasters International meeting happened?
YMCA, California.
And 5 points to Venkatesh. All right. Now, can someone tell me that Toastmasters International is spread across how many countries?
188.
Well, yeah, because it's 190 plus, so I will take that as the closest answer, but no points here. And can someone tell me who was, all right, everyone's looking for the question. Are you excited for the last question? Who was the treasurer of Speakers and Toastmasters in the last term?
Sankhya.
And that's the right answer, Toastmaster Lalita. 5 points again. And a huge round of applause for all the participants in today's Q&A, the KBC, Kaun Banega Toastmasters ka Crorepati. And Sankhya, what's the scorecard?
Everybody is a winner, whoever has participated.
Perfect. Everyone's a winner, but Lalita, you will get a 5-star. Okay. Now, I see that a lot of folks are joining in. We have our strength at around 18, and a lot of them, I see multiple guests as well. So let's have a quick round of guest introduction before we move ahead with our meeting. May I please request our guest Indrajit to come on camera and unmute themselves. Indrajit, are you there?
Yes.
Hello, Indrajit.
Hi all.
Good morning. I'm going to ask you one question, 2 questions actually, and you have to answer them in 30 seconds. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, yes.
Question number 1, tell me about yourself. And question number 2, how did you get to know about Speakers and Toastmasters? Your time starts now.
My name is Indrajit Singh. I'm living in Bangalore since one or 2 months, and I heard about the Toastmaster from one of my friends, and he told me this Toastmaster is very good, and he become a good speaker, good communication speaker and public speaker too. That is the thing.
All right. Thank you, Indrajit. Thank you. A round of applause for Indrajit. Is this your first meeting?
Yes, this is my first time.
I'm excited for you to be here. Are you excited? I think we lost connection. All right, let's move on to our next guest. May I please request Tanisha to come on camera and unmute herself?
Hi, I'm really sorry I won't be able to come on camera.
No
I've
worries.
joined through my phone.
Am I audible?
Yes, Indra, you are audible again, and I would just like to thank you for you to introduce yourself to the club.
Thank you.
Yes, Tanisha, over to you.
Yeah. Hi everyone. My name is Tanisha. I have been living in Bangalore since 2 years. I work as an associate product manager at a startup, and very excited to be here. This is my first meeting, and I heard of speakers. I didn't hear of speakers. Then actually, I googled the Toastmasters near me, and that's how I requested to join.
That's good to hear, Tanisha, and hope you are excited to be here in today's meeting. And please stay till the end of the meeting to benefit it to the fullest.
Sure. Thank you.
May I please request Shanmugapriyan? Am I pronouncing it correct?
Yeah, Tanmay, you're right. Shanmugapriyan.
Yes. Can you please introduce yourself to the club?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Shanmugapriyan, and people call me Shan, so preferably for them it would be easier. And I'm basically from Pondicherry and moved it out to Bangalore recently. And I learned about the Toastmaster from my colleague, and for my improving the public communication and as well as interaction with the people, I advise to join, and this would help me to get a better networking as well in the Bangalore as I'm new here. And I'm so excited to be in networking with you all people.
Great to have you here, Shanmugapriyan, or Shan. Let's call it Shan. You are new to Bangalore, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you won't miss the beaches of Pondicherry, because pretty soon Bangalore will have beach on every road as the monsoon. So make sure that you grab your swim gear, because you will be needing it to go to office.
Sure. Yeah. That's it.
All right. Do we have any other guests which I might have missed? Tanisha. All right. I think all the guests are introduced, and all the guests, I please request you. Oh, all right. We have one more joining in, connecting to audio. Pranav, can you hear us? All right. As soon as he heard my voice, he left the meeting. Wow. Such a charm I am. All right. So with this, all the guests are introduced, and let me request our guests to please stay till the end of the meeting. I will also drop my contact number in the meeting chat so that you can reach out to me for any questions or queries after this meeting or anytime when you want to. All right. Uh, Only if the questions related to speakers and Toastmaster, not about quantum physics. Okay. With this, I would like to hand this meeting to our wonderful Toastmaster a day, the treasure of the club, the heartbeat of the club, none other than Toastmaster Sankhya. A round of applause. Toastmaster
Thank
Sankhya, over
you.
to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanmay, and a very good morning, dear Toastmasters and our awesome guests. So my name is Toastmaster Shankho, and I'm today going to be the Toastmaster of the day. Now, what does the Toastmaster of the day do? Now, for the guests, I am actually the kind of a string which attaches all the pearls together. So when I'm saying the pearls, is the various segments of today's meeting. So I'm going to be your host for today's meeting. And as a host, as part of the meeting theme, we have a theme for every meeting. And today's theme is very, very unique because today the theme name is June 18th, when history whispers its secrets. Now, let me take all of you and step into the time machine of June 18th, when we journey back through the ages to uncover the tales that this day has been a part of. Now, as we gain a kaleidoscope view of history, we find inspiration in tales of past glory and courage. Plus, history lessons can be your secret weapon for a better future. Now, remember, June 18th is not just a date, it's a journey through time. Now, imagine the thunderous echoes of cannon fire. The year is 1815. The place is Waterloo. On this very day, the fierce and decisive Battle of Waterloo reached its climax, marking the fall of an empire. Anybody guess? Napoleon Bonaparte, the formidable French military tactician, met his defeat, an event that sent shockwaves across Europe. Now, this significant military encounter also reshaped the geopolitical landscape, ending an era of incessant conflict and paving the way for an unprecedented period of peace in Europe. Now, pin your ears to the sweet spots of dissent. Now, this time, the place is India, and year 1858. Now, this day marked the end of the infamous siege of Lucknow, a crucial event during the First War of Indian independence. And the brave Indian rebels, through eventually overpowered, left a lasting legacy, their valor resonating through the ages and the sacrifices serving as a somber reminder of the spirit of freedom. And thus, we delve deeper into the secrets whispered by the June 18th. We realize that this date, though seemingly ordinary, has been a silent observer to many a transformative moment across the globe. And today is also a historic day for Speakers Den Toastmaster because we conducted an election and where we selected 7 club officers who are going to run the club for the next 6 months. And today is also a very, very special day because today, which happens on the 3rd June of every year, is a Father's Day. And I wish all the lovely father in today's meeting a very happy Father's Day. Now, moving on to the other part of the meeting. Now, this meeting will consist of 3 segments. The first segment will be about the prepared speech, wherein we have two prepared speakers for today's meeting. That will be followed by a table topic, which is an impromptu speaking. And the third one will be an on-the-spot evaluation of the prepared speech. And do you know how to do that? And what are the various things that are going to be incorporated? Well, let's hear out on that. And to take the meeting forward, let me welcome back our general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Tanmay, who is wearing another hat as well. Over to you, Toastmaster Tanmay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. As a general evaluator, I'm going to be responsible for the overall evaluation of today's meeting from the start towards the end. And to help me with my role, I have a person joining me as a timer for today's meeting. May I please request our timer, Toastmaster Brijesh, to unmute himself and introduce the timer role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanmay. Myself, Brijesh Dhyani. So I will be playing role of timer. So as a timer, I will be timing the table topic, speaker, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green card, yellow card, and red card. So for speeches, time limit should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. So for the individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. And for table topic, speakers should limit their remarks to be no more than 2 minutes. At first minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. So I will show you the cards. Card is visible, Tanmay? Hello?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So this is the green card. I will raise at 5 minutes of speech timing. And after 6 minutes, I will raise yellow card. And after 7 minutes, I will raise red card. Thank you. Back to Tanmay.
Brijesh, please note that our first speaker today have a speech time of 18 to 22 minutes.
Oh.
Where 18 minutes would be for green card, 20 for the amber card, and 22 for the red card, with 30 seconds grace after the red card.
Okay.
All right. With this, let me request our another role taker, our counter, Toastmaster Anjani, to explain his role to the meeting. Toastmaster Anjani, over to you.
Actually, my voice is clear, Tanmay?
Yes, it's perfectly audible and you are clearly visible.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So I will be playing the role of the accountant. So my purpose of being the accountant is, I will write down the overuses of word and fillers, like and, but, so, and filler sounds like At end of the meeting, I will show you the report card, which is used by the speaker while delivering their speeches. Back to Toastmaster Tanmay. Sir, actually, I have a doubt.
Yes, please.
I have to write all the member of the or only the speakers.
You can do it for the speakers and the table topic speakers at priority, but you can also do it for the other role takers, such as the table topics master, the TMOD, the timer, and even the GE as well.
Okay.
Thanks. All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Anjani, for taking up this role for the very first time. And with this, I would like to hand over the meeting back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sankhya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanmay. And now, as we step into this very important day on the first segment of the meeting, now we have the two beautiful speeches. And for the first speaker, as we introduce her, she is a personality development coach by profession, an artist by heart, and a menstrual educator by choice. And that's Toastmaster Dhwani. But before I call upon Toastmaster Dhwani, let me call upon her evaluator, Toastmaster Tanmay, to read about the speech objectives.
Thank you to Sankhya for calling me as in the role of evaluator for our wonderful speaker, the target speaker Toastmaster Dhwani. Our target speaker is attempting her level 5 project 1 speech from presentation mastery. All right. The speech purpose is to have our member to practice developing and presenting a longer speech to make them compatible for a keynote speech in a longer run. Now the member can deliver any engaging or keynote style speech. It may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. The speech is not a report on content of prepare to speak professionally. So I request member to demonstrate excellent presentation skills and deliver an amazing content with the script. I would be evaluating our targeted speaker on base of clarity, vocal variety, eye contact, gestures, audience awareness, comfort level, interest, and presentation skills. With this, I wish best of luck to my targeted speaker and back to you, Timor.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanmay. Toastmaster Dhwani, can you do an audio video check, please? Just move your hand around and say audio video check 1, 2, 3.
Audio video check 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely fine. Okay. Toastmaster Dhwani, speech title, Forming a Mental Image. Forming a Mental Image, Toastmaster Dhwani.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Let me share my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Now, when you look at this picture, I want you all to tell me, what do you feel about this picture?
Confidence, charisma.
Yes, charisma, confidence. Anybody else?
Energetic.
Sorry?
Bold.
I think I cannot hear. Can somebody tell me?
Bold.
Bold. Okay. Bold. Correct. Yes. Anything else? Sorry?
Attitude.
Attitude, as Indrajit said.
Okay. Perfect.
Fascinate.
Fascinating. Right? What else?
Too much focus.
Okay. Perfect.
Determined.
Determined. Lovely. Wow. I'm really getting such amazing answers today. Okay.
Good physique.
Good physique. Yes, of course, he's an actor and he has to have a good physique. So that's a great take on it. Thank you so much, everybody, for giving your answers. And absolutely, we humans create mental image of people the moment they enter. The moment they enter a room, the moment they go anywhere, we humans are creating mental image about the other person, and the other person creates mental image about ourselves. Right now, when I showed you this picture, you all came up with your answers. What was intriguing you about this man? Right? We got answers like determined, focused, attitude, and whatnot, charisma, confidence. These are all mental image that we create in the minds of ourselves. And others also create mental image about themselves, about ourselves in their mind. We are living in an era where day by day, our attention span is getting shorter. Don't you all agree to it? Yeah, every minute, our attention span is getting shorter. And in that time, it is so important, especially in today's world, it is so important to create a remarkable and long-lasting identity. An identity which is solid and an identity which is rememberable. How can we do that? Well, by creating a lasting first impression. With that, what do we mean by first impression? Anybody who would like to answer, what is first impression? What do we mean by first impression?
It is the first non-verbal image of what anyone like comes in front of you, forms in your mind.
Absolutely, absolutely. Anybody else wants to speak?
The primary, it is a primary contact before we talk to the person.
Bang on. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tanmay and Toastmaster Pasha. That first impression is the primary contact. The moment we enter a room, the moment we walk and we enter a room, people start making judgments and we become the victim of thin slicing. Thin slicing is basically making a snapshot, a mental shot about the person, whether we want to like that person, whether we want to communicate with that person, whether we want to have a relationship with that person. How is it done? It is done through first impression, the way we carry ourselves. When I started the presentation and I asked you all to come up with your answers with that picture, how many seconds did it take for you to come up with your answer? Anybody?
Around 15 to 20 seconds, maybe, or less than that.
Okay, yes, less than that. Now, according to the Harvard Business Study, it says that it takes only 5 to 7 seconds to create a remarkable first impression. Whether we want to go get a loan, whether we want to hire a person for a job, whether we want to get hired, whether we are interviewing, whether we want to impress a girl, or whether we want to go on a date with somebody, whether we want to stand in front of people and network, it all takes 5 to 7 seconds to create a great, long-lasting first impression. First impression is very, very essential in today's world. And with that, we all have our own preferences when it comes to liking a particular actor. Don't we all agree? We all have a preferred choice of actors. For me, my favorite actor is Aditya Roy Kapoor. Why? Because I just like his charisma. I like his attitude. Similarly, everybody has their own kind of favorite personality. Now, when we have our favorite personality, there is something intriguing about that person that connects with us, that we feel that, oh, this is someone I want to look up to. This is somebody I want to look up to. We have role models. Why do we have role models? We have role models because we connect with people. We connect with those role models and we look up to them because something about them fascinated us as human beings. In the similar way, we can also become role models to people. We can also create our mental image about ourselves in front of people and become a great version of ourselves. There are certain techniques that we can use to create a lasting first impression. Impress within 7 seconds. These techniques will not only help you to enhance yourself, but it will also help you to understand how people perceive you and how can you as an individual perceive others and become a part of their journey and their life. Let's begin. Number 1, it starts with an eye contact. Don't we all agree that eye contact is a very integral part when it comes to creating a remarkable first impression? Yes, no, maybe. Show me a thumbs up. Yes. Eye contact is very, very essential. And according to Princeton's researchers' report, it says that 44% of people try to notice the first thing about a person. And the first thing that they notice is their eye contact, is the way they see the other person. We have heard about this phrase, right? Eyes are the windows to the soul. In the similar way, whenever we are talking or communicating with somebody, try to maintain an eye contact. Eye contact makes us show that we are somebody who's interested in listening to the other person, and we are somebody who wants to genuinely talk to that person, and we are confident. Just imagine if somebody talks to you without, maintaining an eye contact with you and looking all around the places. Don't you feel that the person is so distracted? Wouldn't you feel that why can't he just put focus on me and talk to me? So that's how powerful eye contact is. Number 2, dress to the occasion. Dressing plays a very important role. It determines how we are as a human being and how we carry ourselves in front of people. Always remember, dress to the occasion. It is said that according to research, it says that 79% of people make an accurate judgment about somebody else's first impression. And 79% of the time, they are very accurate. And that's when that determines if they want to talk to the person or not. And how is it done? Through our dressing. Our dressing is very essential. So any event you are going to, or any event you want to attend for that matter, what you can do is try to do a bit of research. What kind of event it is? Where can you go? For example, your office parties. For example, any happy hours that you go to, right? What kind of dress can you wear which is good? Let me give you an example of smart dressing. A small tip that you can keep in mind. Smart dressing may for women, for dressing for women, where you can look smart, yet you can look formal as well as informal, is you can wear collared kurtis, you can accessorize yourself, you can also wear Chinese collar shirts for that matter, and wear high heels. This is a very smart casual look that you can have. With Chinese collars, you can wear trousers or you can wear jeggings for that matter. Then, for men, dressing, when it comes to smart look, you can wear round t-shirts, you can wear round collared shirts, Chinese collar shirts with trousers and loafers. Loafers gives you that casual look, but the attire that you're wearing of, shirt and trousers will give you a formal look. So this will help you to look smart, yet look casual. And this is a savior, guys. I'm not even kidding. This particular dressing is savior for any occasion you go to. But yes, always remember to respect where you're going and respect the other person and dress appropriately. Dressing also impacts our psychology. Don't you all think? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes.
Yes, dressing impacts our psychology. For example, we want to be in pajamas and we are in our pajamas. We feel lazy. Would you want to work at that point of time? No, because you're lazy. You're in your pajamas. But when you're wearing a formal shirt for that matter and your trousers, your work mode will be on, even though you will be lazy. But then your productivity will be high. So that creates an impact. Dressing has that power. The third thing, know your fragrance. I want you all, okay, let me stop sharing my screen now. I want you all to just close your eyes. Okay, everybody just close your eyes. And I want you all to imagine that you are in a very fancy event. Okay, and somebody approaches you. But while you are in a conversation with that stranger, you get a very weird smell from that person. How do you feel? Open your eyes and tell me, how do you feel?
I will have some negative thought about that person, that what kind of a person he or she is.
Exactly. We all believe that every body has its certain kind of odor, and we must understand. This is a very basic tip of grooming. We must understand our body odor plays a very important role when it comes to building connections. Even though you're knowledgeable, even though you are somebody who who has a lot of potential to talk to people. But then, if your body odor is not great, trust me, that connection that you're trying to build will vanish. Always remember to put a cologne, to put a perfume, use deodorants, use roll-ons. That will help you to enhance your smell. You yourself will feel good firstly, and secondly, the other person will also have positive mindset about you. Right? Just a second. The next thing, know your audience. Audience plays a very important role when it comes to creating a first impression. If you do, for example, if you're going for an interview, and if in that interview, you do not know what company it is, what kind of work culture it is, how will you back that interview? That interview will go into vain because you do not know your audience, because you do not know the setting. You yourself are not clear with your goals. Always remember to have a goal in your mind before approaching somebody. What kind of goal? A goal of knowing them, knowing what kind of people are you approaching. For another example, when we talk to a child, or when we know that we are going to a children's birthday party, you know your audience, you are going for children's birthday party. So your behavior will also be like that. In this similar way, we must try to focus on this aspect as well. If you're going to a formal event, if you're going to an informal event, do your background check, do your homework right about the audience. That gives that added advantage to you, even though you have that initial hesitation. But then once you talk to people, communicate with them, they will think that, yeah, right, this person is so knowledgeable. I want to talk to this person. I want to create a network with this person. That's how powerful it is of doing your homework and knowing your audience. The fourth thing is know your body language. Body talks. Don't you agree? It is said that according to Albert Mehrabian's principle, it is said that 93% of what we are trying to communicate is done through our body language, our non-verbal communication, and 7% is done through words. Now, in that 93%, our non-verbal communication is essential. Let me tell you and demonstrate you certain non-verbal that we use as individuals, okay? The first thing when we are conversing with people, immediately we tend to fold our arms and we stand because we come into our comfort zone. And even you must have noticed that people whom you converse with fold their arms and stand. Now, what does this demonstrate? This demonstrates that you are somebody who's trying to close yourself and is somebody who's trying to defend yourself. And you're not open to the ideas and suggestions of the other person. The second thing that we usually do, we stand in one leg and we talk. Right? Again, our comfort zone. Then we swing to the other side and we stand and talk and we listen. In this particular position, what happens is it creates a negative impact in the minds of others that you're just being very casual. You're just being very laid back. You're having a very casual attitude. The third thing is, people usually what they do is, if you're standing, there's a table in front of you. We tend to stand like this and listen. What happens over here? Dheere dheere karke, our face will be like this and we'll be listening to the person. And then the next moment we are in our own world and we are in our own zone. This creates a negative impact because it shows that you are somebody who's getting bored of the conversation. So instead, know your body language. Stand straight while you're talking to somebody. Keep your shoulders and your spine aligned. Head straight. Keep your arms in this particular position rather than keeping it here or, keeping over here. This particular position of your arms and keeping your arms around your waist demonstrates you are listening and you're actively participating in the conversation and you genuinely want to make a connection with the person. That's how impactful and that's how powerful body language is. The next thing is, copy their lingo. What do I mean by this? Is when you want to create a first impression, when you want to create a lasting impression, when you want to make a network, understand with whom and what, observe the other person, understand how they are communicating with you, right? Understand what kind of language are they using. For example, day before yesterday, I went to an event. It was a very casual event and I went there. I met a stranger and I was talking to the person of how that event was going and how did we meet different new kinds of people. And that's when I was observing her speaking and she was using this particular term called amazing after every positive note that she was talking about. So what did I do is I grabbed that amazing word. I also started using that, oh wow, this place is so amazing, right? This event is so amazing. So I started copying her lingo. I started using those positive words. And when I was doing that, she was being more interested because I was coming to her thought process. I was coming to her level and talking to her. So this is very essential in making a good first impression, is to copy the lingo of the other person, understand. To understand, you need to observe their language, and to observe, you need to listen to them first. So copy their lingo, try to understand what they are saying and why they are saying it. Make the other person feel important. We have heard this phrase, right? Nobody will remember what you're wearing, but they will remember how you made them feel. It is very important for us as human beings to understand that every perspective is important, every perception is important. Just like before the meeting started and we were talking about something and a person mentioned that either we can see 6 as 6 or we can, if we reverse it, we see 6 as 9. It's perception. So we need to learn to understand, to respect everybody's perception, and we need to understand to make the other person feel good about themselves. Why they want to talk to you, why they should be talking to you, why should they have that urge to connect with you, what is your USP, why do you want to talk to them. Think in those terms. It's very, very essential to understand and acknowledge others in a conversation, because trust me, the next day the person would want that, would feel good about themselves, that, oh wow, I spoke to Toastmaster Tanmay and he made me feel so good about myself. I really want to connect with him more. That's the thought process you will have, and that's the positive impact you will create in the other person's mind. The next thing is, be yourself. It's very essential to be ourselves. We live in a world where people say, fake it till you make it. Okay, partially I agree to this statement, okay? At times we get our work done. But I do not agree to it as well also. People understand. It is said, according to a research actually, it is said that 69% of the people understand when you are being a phony, which means when you are deceiving people. And hence, we humans are very intelligent and we believe that concept of intuitions and our feelings, right? We are very intuitive. We have our gut. We follow our gut feeling. And hence, it is important, if you don't be yourself and you try to be somebody else, the other person would know about it and then they would not want to make any connection with you. Hence, be authentic, just be yourself, give your 100%. You own yourself and just embrace yourself. The next thing is, the name is very precious of the other person. At times, what happens is, we tend to forget whom we are conversing with, and at times we don't even remember the name of the other person. What do we do then? We just move on with the conversation, right? But for example, if you are in a conversation with somebody and you say that, oh, Toastmaster Pasha, I really liked how you were speaking the other day. Toastmaster Pasha, I feel that you should approach a person in this particular manner. When I do this, it gives a personalized touch. Have that personalized touch when you want to create a good, lasting first impression. Everybody's name is very precious. Even Dale Carnegie said in his book of How to Win People and Influence Them, he said that everybody's name is very dear and very near to them. If you mess that up, then you've lost the person. Name the person and give a personalized touch to it. The next thing is build conversations. How can we build conversations with people? Anybody who would want to say how do you build conversation? Anybody wants to share their thought on it? When you meet somebody for the first time, how do you start your conversations? How do you build your conversations? I don't see people on the camera. Firstly, I want everybody to come on the camera. Right. Now, how do you build conversations with people?
Well, first, I will prefer to listen.
Perfect. Perfect. You prefer to listen. So always build good conversations. Ask open-ended questions to people. Ask people that, how are you doing today? What do you feel about this particular event? I would love to know more about yourself. These are the rapport building that we can do. The next thing is understand, one second, make a connection and follow up. When you're in a conversation with people, build your connection, build your network. And once you finish with the conversation, follow up with them the next day that, hey, it was so great connecting with you. How about we meet again and we take our conversation and our network forward? That will help you to give that added touch to your first impression. And lastly, you are your own brand. Remember that. Your brand, you speak a lot about yourself. The way you carry yourself, the way you talk, the way you make others feel will demonstrate who you are as an individual. So always remember that you are your own brand. Lastly, to conclude my speech of first impression, the level of understanding people have of you depends on, at the first go, depends on how well you project yourself in front of them. And it's very, very important. Think about what are the first impressions that you would want to create and think about where did you go wrong and follow these techniques and I'm sure you're good to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dhwani. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Dhwani. Indeed, body language and the first impressions are like a secret code. It says a lot of things without using any words. And it helps us understand the people better and make stronger connections. No doubt about that. Thank you, Toastmaster Dhwani, for such an wonderful topic and that. And now next, let us move on to our next part of the second speech of today's meeting. For that, let me introduce the speaker, who is a cosmetic orofacial surgeon, and he has been in the dentistry for 22 years. He's an author and who has published 2 books, which is released and published worldwide. Now, currently available on Amazon and Aditi Books. He loves helping people to chase their dreams. That's Toastmaster Pasha. Now, before I call upon Toastmaster Pasha, let me call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Chetna, to speak on the speech objective. Over to you, Toastmaster Chetna.
Toastmaster Pasha is delivering his level 2 P3 speech in the presentation mastery. The speech title is Power of Belief. And the purpose of this project is for the member to understand the types of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech. Wish Dr. Pasha all the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetna. Toastmaster Pasha, can you do an audio video check, please? Just move your hand and say audio video check 1, 2, 3. You're on mute. Again.
Audio video check 1, 2, 3.
Okay, great. Toastmaster Pasha, speech title, Power of Belief. Power of Belief, Toastmaster Pasha.
Shall I start, sir? What is the law of life? There are laws of electricity, there are laws of thermodynamics. When it comes to human life, there is only one law of life. Anybody from audience? What is the law of life? Belief is the law of life. Belief. Belief is a thought, a dominant thought in our mind. Why it is dominant thought? It is repeated thought in our mind, it is belief. It forms from our self-talk. When we talk to ourselves, it forms our belief. Why it is the law of life? Because we are not our thoughts. That is a olden definition. The newer definition is we are our beliefs. Because we can't see and expect behind our beliefs. That's why self-talk and belief are more powerful. That's why it is the law of life. Good morning, one and all. Power of belief. In 2018, after sudden unfortunate dismissal of my elder brother, I started feeling guilty. That feeling, guilt feeling was killing me from inside. I was restless, sleepless, because after my father's death in early childhood, my elder brother took care of my education. He did everything for me, but I could not do anything for him. So I decided to author and publish book and delegate in his name. I consulted 8 publishers, all rejected, saying endodontics is specialization, you are not endodontist. But I didn't stop. Finally, one day, one gentleman, Mr. Rajesh Ballani, agreed to publish my book. I started writing the book. I don't know where to start. I don't know anything about writing. I didn't have any resources. I didn't have any support. I didn't have any help. Only thing I knew was I got to publish that book, delegating to my brother. I had to publish that book. I started writing the book. Initially, I was struggling with framing the sentences, forming the sentences. I didn't know about subject-verb agreement. I didn't know about active voice, passive voice. Didn't know about English grammar was zero. Then I purchased 2 grammar books. I took my elder son help. I learned grammar. Then slowly, inch by inch, I started progressing. It took me 2 years to complete my book. In that 2 years, I faced a lot of challenges, adversities, failures. But my self-talk was, Pasha, you can, means I can, I must, I will, was my self-talk. After finishing my book, I sent it to final review to CBS publishers. I was asked to wait for 15 days. I waited for 2 months, no reply. Then afterwards I learned that my book has got rejected. After 2 years, Mr. Ballani sent back my book. He broke all the contract. But I didn't stop. One more self-talk added to my list. Pasha, you have already invested 2 years, your valuable time on that. You deserve to be author. Again, I took up that rejected book. I started rewriting it. I started redesigning it. I added new chapters to it. It took me another 2 years to design. In that other 2 years also, my self-talk was, Pasha, you can. That is, I can, I must, I will. That persisted me. So after 4 years of long struggle, this is the book. This is the book. It has published worldwide. And now it is available on Atiti.books and the Amazon. See, I learnt alphabet when I was in 6th standard. My English was fun to everyone when I was in graduations. I was not touched with English language after completing my graduation BDS till 2018. I was into clinical practice. What power helped me to write this book and publish it worldwide? What is that power, ladies and gentlemen? That power is belief. See, if the person like me can become author, anyone can. It is the power of belief. It is the law of life. What you continually dwell on, what you continually talk to yourself day in, day out, it will manifest you in reality. Ladies and gentlemen, the law of life is law of belief. Believe in yourself. Believe in impossible. One day you will win. There is nothing as such in the planet Earth is impossible. Everything is possible. If Pasha can become an author, anyone can become an author. Over to you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pasha. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Pasha. Indeed, what I would say after such a lovely speech, it's like a pen dancing on a book. And our stories shape the rhythm of life, etching indelible imprints on the canvas of time. That's what the speech is all about. Well, now as we move on, now it's time to move on to our the second part of today's meeting, which is going to be a very fascinating one. And for that, I would invite everyone to switch on the video because this is going to be a very, very interesting one. Well, what's this all about? That's going to be a table topic. And what is that? Well, to explain what is the table topic, how much time it is going to take, let me invite our table topic master, Toastmaster Venkatesh. Toastmaster Venkatesh, a big round of applause and welcome to the virtual stage.
Thank you, Shankar, for wonderful greetings. Am I audible and clear? Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. Today, I am playing the role of the table topic master. Before going forward, I will tell you what is table topics. I have prepared a few set of topics and it is based on your personal opinion. And you have to speak for the topic for at least 1 minute and maximum of 2 minutes. It will help you in improving your impromptu skills, collecting your ideas, listening skills, and most important, fear from public speaking. Don't hesitate to volunteer it. And so, who would like to come first? Any volunteer? So no one, then I am free to choose anyone. So, Brijesh Dhyani.
Yes, Venkatesh.
Yeah, are you ready?
Yes, yes, sure.
Okay. Your topic is describe your best friend.
Okay. So my best friend name is Akash Kukreti. So I met him during my college days. So it started my friendship through college tuition time. So he was like very hardworking and intelligent boy. So I thought to do friendship with him. So as first talk were our that uh, hello, hi, how are you? And fine. He said, hi, I am fine, and that all. So later we get good friends. So the journey started our, and he's with me still, and like that journey is going on, and still he is working for searching for a job. So might he get a job later. So that was the journey of my friendship. Thank you.
Thank you, Bridget Dhyani, for your intake, for your wonderful friend. Next is Chetna.
Yes, Venkatesh.
Your topic is your future ambition.
My future ambitions.
Yeah.
So right now I'm into a career into finance. So my future ambition is, as of now, to learn more about finance, to get to know what a finance, the different aspects of finance and how it affects the company, and how a company can improve better through its finance, and how the finance flows through a company, and also the various cash flows of a company, and to get to know the overall picture of the finance. And also that is something I'm exploring right now, the different aspects of finance. So my ambition is to grow in my career in finance. That is from a professional perspective. And my other future ambition is also to help others who are, who want to get educated but are unable to, and also in any possible way, especially teenagers and kids, in whichever possible way I can help them, so that they can live their life easily, and they are able to achieve what they want to achieve in their future. So that comes to the other aspect of my life, wherein apart from job, I would like to earn well and do well in my career, and after that I would also like to help others grow in whichever aspect they want to grow. And also I would want to make the life of others meaningful and better. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Chetna. I hope your professional, financial, and your social service help in India as soon as India will be from developing country to developed world like USA and other country. Thank you, Chetna. Next is Toastmaster Indrajit Singh. Toastmaster Indrajit Singh.
Hey, hi.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, Venkatesh.
Okay. Your topic is your favorite political leader.
Okay. Everyone knows name of Narendra Modi, right? He's everyone, and a favorite leader. So I would like also, I'm also like Narendra Modi ji as my leader, because he are very aware about the country, and he knows about the things where we a country need to grow, and connect with the you know other countries also, and providing the support to them. And yeah, I like Modi. Everyone, I believe everyone also like Modi ji. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Indrajit Singh, for your intake. I also like Narendra Modi. He has given so many things to our India and around the world
Yes.
also.
All right. Thank you.
Next one is Toastmaster Anjani.
Yes.
Yeah, your topic is the best thing you love to do.
The best thing I love to do. I love when I support poor peoples. I really love the most. There is an incident of past 1 month when I was about to have lunch. While I was going, I saw a small girl. She was very cute with her father. When her father took her to their job, as she was very small, but she was helping her father to do the work. But in my mind, I think that I must help her. I went there, I just asked, why are you not studying? She said, no, my father is just, I don't have enough money to have the knowledge. But I think if I become an officer, as I'm trying and to pursue my life, definitely I will support the poor children who are not able to get the knowledge. That organization will be not for profit organization, but it will be providing education to every child who is not able to get the knowledge at minimal price. Thanks. Back to you, Toastmaster Venkatesh Kumar.
Thank you, Anjani, for your wonderful intake. Your little contribution can help you in great way. Thank you. Next is Toastmaster Savitri.
Yeah,
Yeah. Are you ready to take it?
yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. Your topic is define yourself.
Okay. I am Savitri. I am the one who came from the small village where there is no high school and became an architect in one of the big institute IBM. That is one of the biggest achievement about my. I am a good mother, good daughter-in-law, and good daughter. And I am a role model in at least in my village because that time nobody studied engineer. I was the second engineering in my village, and I try to help. I wanted to help my villagers. After seeing me, many engineers came. Now that time in a village, right? If a ladies studying is means it is they will go to husband's house and they cannot give anything to parents and all. I made it wrong. Then now everybody encouraging their girl child to go for studying, and many are engineers in now. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Savitri. I inspired from your hard work and your how you remove all the obstacles from your pathway. Thank you, Savitri.
Thanks.
Next is Toastmaster Tanmay.
Yes, Venkatesh.
Your topic is your favorite fruit and how it relates to your life.
Venkatesh, can you please repeat the topic?
Your favorite fruit and how it relates to your life.
Well, as a North Indian kid growing up in in the MP, where we have a lot of fruits available, my favorite fruit will always remain mango, because it is not just a fruit. It is called king of fruits, but that's not the reason it's my favorite. The reason is that it brings a lot of nostalgia along with this fruit. When there used to be summer vacation, we would be chilling in our houses. There were no ACs or anything. There were just coolers. You would sit there, you would play under the sun, under the trees. And then we would have those small sweet delight of mango. We would take them, squeeze them, and just have that amazing fruit with our cousins and all. And it just brings a lot of memories. And somehow, you know what? The mango doesn't taste the same anymore. Like, it's the same, the variety is it's like you can get the best mangoes in the world, like you live in Bangalore, you get all the amazing variety. You can get Alfonso and anything. But that particular variety, the sherry that we used to have in our childhood, in those summers, after playing in the sun, getting scolded by your mother, and then being served those mangoes soaked in a water bucket so that they cool down, they just tasted something different. So my favorite fruit are those nostalgia inducing mangoes. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanmay, for your wonderful intake. I truly agree with your thoughts during summer season. Next is Toastmaster Sonar.
Yeah, tell me.
Are you there, Toastmaster Sonar?
Yeah, tell me.
Okay. Your topic is what keeps you more emotional and why?
What keeps me more emotional? Being an empath, I get emotional over the smallest of things. I get worked up very, very easily, which in today's day and age is not a very desirable not a very desirable trait to have, because you cannot be emotional about everything. So for me, it is the contrary. I want to be a little more thick-skinned. I want to be tougher than I already am. Almost everything in the world keeps me emotional. I worry about everything and everybody, which I don't think is the best way to go about life at this juncture. And I think right now I'm doing the right thing by focusing on myself. And I think that is something I need to do. Being too emotional is not very desirable, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Sonar. I truly agree. If you are truly emotional, then you will be cry all the day. So avoid emotional in all possible ways. Thank you, Sonar. Next is Toastmaster Sanmugran is.
Yeah, hi, everyone.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Your topic is what keeps you going.
Okay. So my topic, what keeps me going. So for everyone to start with, there would be something, that kind of a motivation that keeps them to go forward in their life and to improve on something. And to comment on mine, so it's about my parents, who are both are retired teachers, and they keep on pushing me on how to improve and how to be in forward looking towards our generation, and to be helping our people to get into the things and to learn the few or the new things that would come into the place. And my parents is the main reason why my parents is a big motivation who keeps me going, is they have gone through a difficult phase in their life that I know based my experience, and they are the sole reason why I exist. And so that's the basic reason why I'm still going on. Yeah, you do.
Thank you for the wonderful intake. Next is Toastmaster Lalita.
She's not here in the meeting.
Then Toastmaster Sankhya, sir.
Okay.
Imagine yourself one object and define yourself.
Okay. If I have to imagine one object, and that would be the writing sword. Oops, what does a writing sword means? This is a writing sword, the pen. And how am I going to relate with this pen? If you carefully observe, a pen, like I was, always inside this cap, which was my cocoon. Because I was very introvert, I always wanted to remain inside this, till the time when I opened this cap and I started writing. Then I found myself in an amazing world where amazing people exist, whom I can coordinate, whom I can cooperate, I can share my thoughts, I can get help, give help, and it's a beautiful world. Now this pen, when it started writing for a new thought, it always gets stopped by it. That's called a writer's block. But as it going to practice again and again, this writer block moves away, giving space to much more wider thought, and then a story comes up. And that's the story of my life. That's the story of everyone's life. When we move out of this cocoon or the cap and we start gain acceptance to a lot of people. That's it. Over to you, Toastmaster Venkatesh.
Thank you, Sri Lanka, for your wonderful insight. I truly agree with your ideas. Next is Toastmaster Lalita.
No, she's not here.
Toastmaster Pasa.
Yes, sir.
Your topic is 2 things you are best at.
2 things I wasted.
Yeah.
First thing I wasted was my time. So when I was in high school, when I was in college, when I was childhood, I wasted a lot of my time. So playing with my friends in all those stuffs. So if I have invested my time properly on reading, improving myself, knowing myself and my self-development and my particularly specifically on my English, I would have by this time I would have become a very good public speaker. Because of that time I didn't give the attention. This is that is the most these things I regret most. The thing I regret. Second I wasted is second thing I wasted is I wasted too much of my energy on critical thinking, overthinking. I was a overthinker when till 2002, 3 till I was 25, 30 years old. I was overthinker. Simply, I didn't know how to control my mind, how to control my thoughts. Simply thinking on negative things, dwelling on other meaningless things. So that time also, this is the other thing I regret the most. Had I learned how to properly use my mind, properly control my thoughts, sir, I can't able to see the timer, sir. Still I have time, sir. Hello.
Yellow. It's yellow. Yeah.
Yeah. Had I invested, had I learnt earlier, like that time there was no Toastmasters platform like this one. That time we were searching. Had the Toastmasters platform I joined earlier, I would have been very far better. Because I joined, I know Toastmasters recently, only 2 years ago only I came to know about Toastmasters platform. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Pasa. I truly encouraged by how you remove your obstacles from your life, and you have made a much contribution towards your life. Thank you, Pasa. Next is Toastmaster Prajna.
Yeah, I'm there.
Your topic is how you keep yourself mentally fit.
How to keep myself keep myself or keep everyone?
No, how you keep yourself mentally fit.
Okay, how do I keep myself? Yeah, I think mental health has become a very burning topic these days because of all the distractions as well as the competition and the cutthroat competition and that we have. Mental health is a very important topic. How do I keep myself mentally healthy is, first of all, I do a couple of things. One is meditation. So meditation really brings your scattered energy, concentrated to one place, and it has really helped me to deal with couple of stress at work and also at personal life. And as Toastmaster Pasha said, that overthinking is one of the things which really deteriorates our mental health, and that is where meditation plays a very vital role, that it helps us calm down our thoughts and get a hold of our thoughts and keep this overthinking at bay, and where we can control our anxiety. And the second thing that I do is I try to let it go a little bit, and which I also advise to all the people who have who deal with the mental health or mental health issues, that we have to sometimes should not hold anything tight, like very tight to our heart or to our mind. Like, we should let it go. So the feeling or the thought of letting go is also very important while dealing with while keeping or wanting to keep your mental health good. So that will be my take. Thank you.
Thank you, Prajna, for your intake. Next is Toastmaster Hitesh.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Hitesh, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here. Thank you so much for allowing me.
Your topic is how you spend your leisure time.
Can anyone hear Hitesh?
Hello.
Hitesh, we are not able to hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Now we can.
Yeah, now we can.
Mic testing 1 2 3. Hello.
It's working fine now.
It's audible. Okay.
Thank you, Tanmay, for confirming. So most of my time I consider as a leisure time only, because why to stress about things, right? I mean, whenever I go for lunch, I enjoy my lunch. Whenever I go for a coffee or a tea, rather, I enjoy my tea and coffee. And whenever I go to a meeting with my boss, he enjoys his leisure time with me. But then I have managed to figure out a way. So usually what I do is I tend to go to him during the tea break, and I offer him a coffee because he likes it, and I make sure that there's a beautiful medicinal value peel that comes from a medicine from a pharmacy, which I ensure that it goes into his glass of coffee, and so that he can. No, I really don't do that. Come on. Some of my prospective employers might be sitting here. So guys, I'm very innocent person. I don't do such thing. Okay. I'm just kidding. But then, yeah, I mean, mostly I sleep. If I'm not sleeping, then I come to the Toastmasters meeting. As you can see from my face that I have just woken up, I haven't brushed my teeth yet. But then it's my leisure time, right? So why would I put an effort to brush my teeth, right? So that's the thing about me. I often go to run, play basketball, go to swimming and stuff like that. But then these are the things that you say when you want to sound fancy about your life, right? So I would not say that I do those things, because if you do this like 3 times a year, then you really don't do that. I mean, it does not qualify for you to say that I do these things. But anyway, thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you, Hitesh, for your wonderful intake. So over to you, Timur Sankhya, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venkatesh. What a lovely table topic session we had. And a big round for everyone. Toastmaster Venkatesh for conducting this lovely session, and everyone for participating in that. And yes. And now we are going to move on to the third aspect of today's meeting. And what is that going to be? Well, now that's going to be the evaluation. And For that, let me welcome back our general level waiter of the day, Toastmaster Tanmay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. Am I audible? Perfect. All right. A wonderful session coming towards an end. The last segment of today's meeting. And to conduct the same, let me first start with our prepared speech section. To let Toastmaster Dhwani, I am her evaluator, so let me present my points. Toastmaster Dhwani, an apt start for a keynote speech by showing the photograph of none other than Shahid Kapoor. Well, that definitely got everyone's attention. And you can see people are still smiling at the thought of that photo. That was definitely an amazing first impression. You asked with the question that what do you gather from this one single photo? And audience came up with a lot of things, confidence, bold, attitude, which also intrigued the audience. And what do you have to offer them during your speech? Well, I was definitely intrigued. You have an excellent body language. You kept on standing during the entire meeting, projecting your full body with the utilization of your bust above in the screen. You used your hands to deliver your points. You used hands to put emphasis on certain points or put a widespread point. Like, what do you mean? And you also have an amazing content. You talked about what are the different points that can be used for body language, such as eye contact, dress to occasion, know your fragrance, know your audience, boy talks, and copy their lingo. But there are certain things where I think you can use improvement, because right now this is almost keynote speech. But with these few points, you can take it to an actual keynote speech, and we would be glad if you would deliver this keynote speech in this very own club. Now, first thing, your voice modulation. While you have an amazing voice, it is important that while delivering your speech, you use your voice to put emphasis on certain points, and at certain times use it to deliver your point slowly so that audience can have time to absorb it. Now, what I found was your voice was mostly monotonous. You had a good rhythm, you had a good pace, but you missed on the modulation part. You can use slight variations in your voice. For example, when you talked about eyes are the window to soul, while talking about the eye contact, you can say eyes are the window to the soul. Because that takes your one sentence from this level to another level. Or another example that I found intriguing was you talked about how a person should use the first name of a person and pronounce it correctly. For example, I can say, Dhwani, you really said that. But what you missed is you gave an example of Dale Carnegie and you mispronounced his surname. It is Carnegie. Dale Carnegie.
Okay, because just to interrupt, because
Yeah.
I've always heard it as Dale Carnegie.
Can someone confirm? Maybe I heard it wrong. Anyone? All right, we can double check on that after the meeting. Yeah. But I think that was the only point where your actual words differed from your point. But overall, it was an amazing speech, and I wish you best of luck to your next level, because you have qualified with your level 5 project 1 with a 515 rating. Congratulations. Thank you. Now, while we will confirm that Carnegie or Carnegie after this meeting, we still have one more evaluation. May I please request a second evaluator, Toastmaster Chetna, to give a speech evaluation of Toastmaster Pasha's speech. Toastmaster Chetna, over to you.
Toastmaster Pasha, you delivered a speech regarding the topic of power of belief. I would say while delivering your speech, the speech had a very good beginning and the ending. I mean to say the beginning and the way you concluded your speech as well. You had started your speech with the thought-provoking question, what is the law of life? And that was a very powerful question and, thought-provoking question to all of us, which made us to think. And I found, there was a good interaction with the audience as well in that aspect, asking them for their opinion. And even while concluding your speech, you had concluded telling that how power of belief influences each one of our lives. And also, you also, connected with your personal life story, which was really inspiring and motivating to all of us. And we could also connect to the same situation you were going through at that point in time. So kudos to that. And coming to your hand gestures, you had used powerful hand gestures. Like, you had used the open hand gestures. The open hand gestures generally conveys your openness towards the audience. So that was a very good point. And coming to your voice modulation, there also, you were outstanding because there were, places where you had to stress and, you had stressed, and there were places where you didn't have to stress. And that was something, really good about the whole speech, which made the speech more powerful with the voice modulation you had used. And also, coming to your eye contact, you had maintained eye contact with all the audience. And that was one good thing about your speech. Now, coming to certain improvements in your speech. Though you used open hand gestures, there were at certain places, I found that you were clasping your hands. Clasping your hands signifies the nervousness which you are facing in certain parts of your speech. That could be avoided. And also, the utilization of the stage. You were just standing in one particular position. You could have moved around here and there, to and fro, where that could have been done better. And in some places, compared to your previous speeches, I found there's a lot of improvement in that aspect. But in some places, grammatically, there were slight mistakes, which could have been better. But overall, I found your speech really inspirational and motivational, and wish you all the best for your future speeches as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chetna, for the wonderful evaluation. Now, while you have delivered an amazing to-the-point evaluation, what I would suggest is that you can take certain examples in your evaluation itself and place more emphasis on them, so that it would be beneficial for the target speaker to learn from those examples. All right, with this, let's move on towards our next two role takers. May I please request Timer to produce the timing report?
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanmay. So for speeches, Toastmaster Dhwani taken 25 minutes 39 seconds. Dr. Passer taken 7 minutes 40 seconds. So they have qualified as a time limit. So for table topics, myself, Brijesh Dhyani, taken 1 minute 07 seconds. Toastmaster Chetna taken 1 minute 28 seconds. Inderjeet Singh taken 44 seconds. So he has not qualified as a time limit, 1 minute. So Toastmaster Anjani taken 1 minute 3 seconds. Toastmaster Savitri taken 56 seconds. So she also not qualified as a time limit, 1 minute. So Toastmaster Tanmay taken 1 minute 22 seconds. Toastmaster Sonal 1 minute. Toastmaster San 1 minute 9 seconds. Toastmaster Sankhya 1 minute 38 seconds. Toastmaster Dr. Pasha 2 minute 20 seconds. Toastmaster Prajna 1 minute 33 seconds. Toastmaster Hitesh 2 minute 15 seconds. And for evaluation, Toastmaster Tanmay taken 3 minute 29 seconds. And Toastmaster Chetna taken 2 minute 52 seconds. That's all. Thank you. Over to you, Tanmay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brijesh, for the timing report. May I have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Brijesh? Now, next, may I please request Toastmaster Anjani to produce the AHA counter report?
Yes, Tanmay. So I have noted down some of the overused words and fillers. So I would like to start with the Toastmaster Dhwani. So some of the word overused was absolutely, the, whether, and end. And fillers, when you were starting your speeches, the fillers are in the beginning. On all in while you're doing it was all good. So now I will move with Chetna. The overused word is only and. And for Tanmay, overused words all right. And when you just started the meeting, the fillers are used and I will move to Brijesh Dhwani. Fillers were used was Now I will move to Pasa, Toastmaster Pasa. Overused word was it, I, the, and the yeah. Now I will move to Toastmaster Pranjana Raut. The overused word was and everything was all right. Back to Toastmaster Tanmay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anjani, for the report. And yes, I just realized that, like that famous Hollywood actor, I do say all right lot. So yeah, thank you for that. All right. Next, move to the next phase of this. As an overall report of our today's meeting, the meeting started at 11:05 with the elections. The elections continued till 11:23 with the elections of newly elected executive committee members of Speakers Then Toastmaster Club for the program year 23-24, term July 23 to December 23. Post which we started our general flow of the meeting with our meeting started at 11:30. The team took over the role at 11:34, and we have then covered the prepared speeches for two of the speakers. And we have also covered our wonderful table topic session with our table topic master, Toastmaster Venkatesh. We had two wonderful speeches with a one keynote speech and one 5 to 7 minute speech. And hopefully it was good learning for all of us to hear these wonderful speakers at Speakers Then. Now, there are a couple of things where we could have done better. First of all, there were some roles which are filled at the last moment because I know that was my role itself. So that is something we could have planned better. Secondly, we just a second. Yeah, so there was a confusion regarding the meeting number. So that is something, Sankhya, maybe we can take a note that while circulating our reminder for joining the meeting, we can include this in the meeting details, meeting number and the joining link. So that is a note for President, VP Education and VPR, whoever helps in circulating the details about the meeting in social media channels or WhatsApp. Now with this, I think, yeah, that's all for today's meeting. We had a wonderful meeting. Now I would like to go back to our guests to take their feedback for today's meeting. May I please request our guest, Inderjeet. Inderjeet, can you please unmute yourself and come on camera if possible?
Yes, I'm there. Am I audible?
How was your experience with today's meeting?
It was good. It was very interactive and very help to introduce myself and understand the things what is going on with the Toastmaster. So it was good for me. Thank you.
Thank you. And are there any suggestions for us where we can improve?
As of now, no, I don't have any suggestion. It was a very wonderful session I took here. But yeah, in future, if I have anything, any suggestion or any feedback, I'll let you know. Definitely.
Definitely. Thank you very much. Shan? Shan, can you please come on camera as well?
Hi. Yeah, hi, Tanmay. Yes.
So how was your experience and any feedback for us?
Yes, today it was so wonderful for me to have an experience here. And it's so engaging for me to learn new topics and have an experience with you people and to see how we are getting observed to improve ourselves on our communications. And as this is my first time that I'm attending as a Toastmaster session meeting, so I couldn't not would be able to give a good suggestion or what do I can give. But this is, yeah, it's a wonderful. I'm looking forward for the future meetings.
Thank you, Shan. I certainly hope that both you and Indrajit would be present in our next meeting as well. And it would be a good experience for both of you, along with all the members of Speakers Den as well. Thank you. Now, may I request Savitri? Savitri, are you there? Looks like Savitri is having some technical issues. May I request Hitesh? Long time.
Yes, Toastmaster than mine.
Hitesh, how are you doing and how was your experience with today's meeting and any feedbacks for us?
Well, I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much. About the meeting, the Speakers Den Toastmasters Club is always on the rocks. So I always enjoy my time over here. And also, today you guys had elections, so I'm not sure who is who, but then congratulations to new elected members of Executive Committee. And thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you, Hitesh. And I certainly hope that by saying that Speakers Den is always on the rock, you do not mean rock bottom and just means on the top of the rock. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So, yeah, with this, I would like to close our meeting number 329. And for the guests, if you have any queries regarding how to join Toastmasters or any questions, especially regarding Speakers and Toastmaster, you can feel free to reach out to me on my contact number I shared on the chat. And if you want, let me share it again. Just give me a second. Where is it? Yeah, just a second. If anyone missed it, here it is again. You can take a note of this and reach out to me on WhatsApp, and I will give you a call as soon as possible. So that's all in today's meeting. Sankhya, you can stop the recording. Meeting number 329.